Hello, people. Welcome to another sequel of In Conversation with Press. After a long period of waiting and being patient, and waiting again and being patient again, and then waiting again and then being patient again, and then finally, when I was about to tap on the fourth patience, it is finally happening. Today, we are honored to have in our presence one of the people that has led a big, I don't like calling Taung a village, but when you Google it, you get Taung village. So let's just call it like that. Taung village, which is basically situated in the northwest in South Africa, by the way. So today we are honored to have our former mayor with us today. When we posted the poster, there was just a lot of people who were so interested in this conversation. But let me formally welcome you and thank you very much, Mr. Gaoraelwe, for honoring this meeting. It's very cold, but I'm happy that you managed this time at least to squeeze us into your schedule.
Thank you. Let me greet all your viewers and thank you for having me.
Yes. Now, when we wanted to discuss with you, when we wanted to talk to you, it was in I think we wanted to highlight and profile you and discuss with you so that you can shed light on certain things by that time, because you were the first man of Taung, so you have an eagle's view of what should be happening and why it did not happen the way that we thought that it would happen. Yeah. But one of the things that people were so eager to learn about was who is Mr. Gaoraelwe, because most of them, they don't know you, they just know you as this mayor, but you were one of the youngest. Wait, before we even get into it, how did you feel? Because I mean, you were one of the municipal that had the youngest person leading it. How was that pressure for you, especially with a big organization like the ANC?
No, there was not quite a lot of pressure because if you look at it categorically, I was not necessarily one of the youngest, but it will mean historically that I was the youngest ever since the inception of local government in the democratic dispensation. However, there was not a lot of pressure because it comes with experience. It comes with knowledge of understanding the local government and its execution. And equally so, what puts the cherry on top is the political experience that you possess that enables you. Other than that, what makes the job easy is because the political party that have deployed you, they've already given you a support for you to carry out what is expected out of you as the political head of the municipality. So the pressure was not that much.
Yeah, I think maybe also understanding the runnings of the party of which you belong to also helps a lot.
Yes.
So now there was a lot of people in your inception. There was, obviously, we would understand that Juan Lobatswelo, they don't feel like you deserve to be there, and then some others will feel like you deserve to be there. How was it like? Because now your friendships or your acquaintances are now divided in half.
Naturally, human beings, people are afraid of what they don't understand. So when people don't understand, they tend to their assumptions. Now, in their understanding by then, there was this culture or a tradition of, for anyone to be a mayor, you're supposed to have a particular posture of body. You're supposed to have to be in a particular age bracket so that you can be the mayor. But all what it takes is just experience and executing your functions and duties as it expected constitutionally and duly adopted policies of the ANC and the constitution. Are you sticking to what is expected out of you as a political employee? Because remember, when you are a mayor, you are not only leading the party that have deployed you or the members of the party that have deployed you, you are leading the society in general. In a multi-party democracy, different people from different walks of life, but at the same time, you have to ensure that what you are placed there to do, to give people the service delivery, the service that you're expecting from the municipality, that's what you are doing. But you are leading at the behest of the ANC, you see. Yeah.
So now you get into office, ANC gives you a mandate. What was the ANC's mandate? I want us to discuss two of them. Okay. I want us to discuss ANC's mandate and your mandate. As you know, you are your own person self. You have your own vision of how you want to direct this thing. What was the given mandate of the ANC, especially for a place like Taung?
There's never a personal aspiration for this position. The only two, there is a political party that have deployed you. Since every election we have a manifesto. Now, you have to ensure that you tally or you align the government expectation or the government plans in line with the manifesto of the party that have deployed you. So there will be a party mandate from the year manifesto in terms of what they want to achieve, in terms of taking South Africa forward and changing the lives of our people. At the very same time, you have to know when to draw the line between that expectation and the constitutional expectation as they reflect on the acts and your regulations that runs the municipality. So it can never go beyond your personal expectation. It's only those two and those two alone. As long as the mandate from the political party is within the ambit of the legislation, there's nothing wrong about advocating that.
Now, obviously the mandate was given and yours was just to run with it.
Yes.
And yours was just to execute. Would you say as a mayor, yes, would you say as a mayor you delivered on that mandate?
Yes, we did. We haven't achieved completely what was expected. And again, we did have a responsibility of educating and explaining to our people how government runs. For instance, people will be expecting the provision of water service from local municipality, which is not our competency. That's purely and completely and solemnly the competency of a district municipality. People will be expecting RDP houses from a local municipality. That's not our competency. That's a competency of COCTA, the Provincial Department of Human Settlement. You see, it's like the community will be requesting electrification from you as the mayor or as the councillor. So you have the responsibility of educating them. But over and above, since you are the face of government where they are or where they are sitting, all you need to do is to take their frustrations or their concerns to a particular arm of government. For instance, when people want electricity, we have to create a list and then forward it to ESCOM in Klerksdorp before they appoint, so that they can see that there is a need in a particular ward or village. Then they can come and address that pressing service delivery issues. Again, if you are in that position, as long as everything you are doing it in line with the law, you have to be creative sometimes. For instance, there have never been a mandate, being it from what governs the municipality or from the ANC, that we have to create what is called the Mayoral Cup, the soccer tournament. However, there is a provision in the mandate of the ANC that there have to be programs of social cohesion. So in your sense, when you apply your mind, you would know that things like sports, your extramural activities, they will bring about social cohesion within the society. So you have to apply your mind. We are the first office ever since the inception of democracy to establish LGBTQI in the office of the mayor, and then to reinforce the religious fraternity forum, and then to reward the fallen soldiers, the fallen heroes of the struggle, being it from the PAC or the ANC. We are the first office to do that. So you have to apply your mind and be creative about it, as long as you are within the bracket of the law. Yes.
So you initiated, you decided to initiate a program like that.
Yes.
As part of your own initiatives per se.
We had to come up with initiatives that cut across the three challenges of your socio-economic life of our society. You remember that we are about 174,000 in Greater Taung, but the rate of unemployment, it sits at about between 60 and 70%. Now, in a situation like that, you have to come up with programs that entice your socio-economic factors of the society, generally, in particular, the youth. You see, Now, that participation alone, it was not only dealing with sports or entertainment per se, because what was happening on that program of mayoral tournament, people were registering through distribution of boxes of sanitary towels. Now you're dealing with a social issue, and then again you are addressing the issue of social cohesion, because those sanitary towels, after the tournament, they were redistributed back to the schools and the needy, addressing the issue of period poverty, which is a social issue. There are other young girls there who are not attending schools. They are not. It disturbs the culture of teaching and learning. They are not attending schools properly because of that, because of their background, because of they are coming from humble beginnings, so they can't afford to have that. And it also cut across the issue of health and hygiene. So we're actually killing two birds with one stone. So that was the beauty of the initiative.
Now, with obviously with a lot of initiatives that one has on your office or in your office, part of the reason why people were excited about this was to find out that the provisions that we as South Africans should have as a basic right, which was water at that moment when you were in office, was it not part of the plans that were put in place as the mayor, or was it not your primary core?
Not necessarily, not ordinarily. We did our job. We did what we have to do, and it has been done for a long time by the local municipality. But the bottom line and the fact remains, provision of clean running water, it's a competency of a district municipality. They are the one who are getting funding for RB. They are the one that would getting the funding for provision. And if they don't have infrastructure, they must come up with a temporary plan like your tankering. It never happened. Even where I'm staying, within 3 years, we don't have water. We're relying on boreholes, we're relying on buying water, but they're not doing their job. Remember, there are three phases, three spheres rather, of government. There is a local one, but the local, there is an extension of a district, and the provincial and the national. Now the district, they are receiving their money for provision of water. If they are not doing it, it is their own baby. We only do our job to link the people and their concerns with the district. The district, basically, they are supposed to be part of our IDPs and our IMBIZOs, your public participations, as we are also, as the local municipality, play that role. There are councillors who are deployed at the district level, so that they can ventilate the issues that needs to be addressed at that level. So if that thing is happening, somebody's not doing his job, somebody's not doing her job. But that is a need. And remember, water is a right. Constitutionally, it's a constitutional obligation. Water is a right. And if you are getting clean running water, it must get it according to South African Water Act. It must be within the radius of 200 meters. But that is not happening. People are not getting water. Taps are dry. But money is being pumped to the district. So if they are not, people must hold the district accountable, not the local municipality. All we can do is to link the people on the ground with the necessary arm of government or the necessary sphere of government, so that services could be rendered properly. You cannot expect Greater Taung to render a service of water, whereas they are not getting budget for that from Treasury. By the way, as we speak, Greater Taung Local Municipality, when we have funerals, we are providing water to funerals, and that is an unfunded mandate. Every year when the audit comes, it's an audit query. Why are you providing a service that is not your competence? You don't even have money for that. You don't have budget for that. We are only providing water at Rivilo, Extension 6, and Pudumo. Since it's a township establishment. Yes. Yeah, but the water, but then if the district is not coming forward, if they're not coming to the party, it becomes a problem. But it is our responsibility to educate and inform the society on the ground as to these are the people who should provide you with this service.
But now, since I think maybe you should educate me on this one.
Okay.
When we're talking about accountability, now the district and these two spheres, your office and the district's office, let us talk about accountability. Where do we say the district which is supposed to provide a certain competency accounts to this office? Which office does it account to?
Look, just like any other municipality, there have to be reports in terms of this is what we have provided, as we do in local municipality. This is what we've been budgeted for, and this is what we have achieved. And once you achieve what you have been budgeted for, the budget will increase on the next financial year because it clearly and it shows that this provision needs, we need to increase the financial injection on this service. Now, in terms of accountability, the district does not operate in silos.
Yes.
It is the district of all the municipalities within its own jurisdiction. So the people who must hold the districts accountable are the people that the district is leading, which is us. Greater Taung, Naledi, Kagisano Molopo, which is us. That's where accountability must come in place because that is merely their competence. If we say we've budgeted 30 million to build internal roads and we don't do that, where are you going to hold me accountable? At your imbizos, at community meetings, when you review CBPs. And if you see that maybe we are dilly-dallying around the issue, you can take it to a particular arm of government where they can deal with this thing. Maybe let's say, for instance, there was a maladministration or mismanagement on funds, then you would know where to report that. But holding accountability is an ongoing thing in terms of provisions of services of government.
I think there's something that you are not saying, especially with this one, this issue. I think you've used the right word when we're dilly-dallying around issues.
Yeah.
You are saying we as the people should hold those people accountable. But what I want to say and what I want to ask is, why are we not having water? What is your, okay, we understand.
Okay.
We understand that there's an office which must supply that answer. But I need you to basically just give me a raw answer to say, this is the reason why we are not having water around town. You've been having water for 3 years.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. One, the infrastructure that you are using, it is the old infrastructure of Butachwan. First and foremost, that's the technical reason as to why we are having problem of provision. Secondly, the population has grown. Demand cannot meet supply. The infrastructure we have, it could only supply the people of Taung, but by then we didn't have 100 villages. By then, Extension 6 was not there.
Yes, that's
by then. So the demand cannot meet supply. The demand on the ground cannot accommodate the supply on the ground. It has to go on an equilibrium. But that's not what is happening. That's the first reason why we are not getting water. The infrastructure is old. The infrastructure is not adequate. The infrastructure is not sufficient. But it's been years. The project that was launched by the minister Edna Molewa, may her soul rest in peace, 2012 Taung bulk water provision. If that project could be piloted today, tomorrow I can say without any preponderance of doubt that 16 was centrally, they would have clean provided water to their households without any hindrance. But the project has been stalling for years, since 2012. I was not even a councillor by then, let alone the mayor.
Yes.
You know, so that is the main cause. That is the main cause as to why are we having this problem of provision of water. In other areas, they are addressing it by giving the local municipalities water rights.
Okay.
If you give Greater Taung Local Municipality water rights, you would know who to hold account and that person will be closer to you. Other than you have to go and complain in Freiburg. It's problematic, you see. So that is the main issue as to why we are not getting water. And there's been remnants of apartheid, like your water politics. It doesn't make sense to any human being. Why should you take raw water from Val, clean it in Freiburg and Pudumo, and distribute it to Taung? From Freiburg to Val, you are passing Taung. Does it make sense? Do you know how much water we have in Taung Dam?
We have a lot.
Huge.
We have a lot.
So who's appointing the water boards? It's the minister. It's the National Minister of Water Affairs. Now you are appointing water boards without knowing the dynamics of the local people who must benefit from that service. That is a defiance of logic.
That's true. That's true. With people who have water here.
Yes.
But the infrastructure, there's money which is supposed to update the infrastructure that you speak about of Bukutatuan.
Yes.
There's money here. The government is giving budget. So it is in so many words, what I'm gathering from you is that the government is trampling on human rights by not doing what is essential for its citizens. Because obviously that is a right which everybody must have.
I think we are sugarcoating it when we are saying it's a right that should everybody. That is a criminal act.
Thank you.
If you are denying people access to water, I mean, if the people of Taung can rise up one day and take the district municipality to constitutional court, not constitutional court, to Human Rights Commission, and people will be charged. The heads will roll. Because what do you expect an old woman who's 60 years of age or 65 years of age does not have access to clean running water? And you are getting budget every financial year. If the blame has to be put on infrastructure, then why don't you come with a temporary solution of tankering?
Yeah.
Is it that difficult?
I think the municipality of Swizer tried to do something like that. I think government provided tankers for the relief of water shortage, even though it was muddied by a lot of political interference. Now, moving forward, what do you think would be a reasonable? You've already spoken about it by saying the residents must stand up and try and hold these people accountable.
Yes.
But will that even suffice? I mean, we've tried everything. I mean, Sidibeng left and now we have. Tell me about that inception of Machalis, because I grew up with Sidibeng. Now we thought it would be different bringing. Or was it necessary for us to even do that maneuver?
I wouldn't know. I'm not actually clued up about the process of appointing water boards. So it's not up to us as the end user to question who's providing. What we need is a service.
That's true.
What we need is a service. Look, if municipality appoint your security company today, we're expecting you to give the service that the previous company was giving us according to the contract that you signed. So failure to do that, it means you are failing. And failure to do this on the contract management that you signed or the SLA that you signed between the institution and you as a private entity. Some people must account. That's exactly what must happen. We are appointing you. You are failing to give us service. What must happen then? So should you fold our hands and say you are failing? By the way, Mahalisi came in after Sidibeng, but remember the history of Mahalisi. Mahalisi, they are known for providing bulk water. They're different from Sidibeng because Sidibeng would take bulk water and then they'll provide it to households.
Yes.
Providing water to households is a different ball game than dealing with bulk water. Because when you're dealing with bulk water, you're dealing with raw water and reserving the bulk of water to whoever needs the water. But when you're providing to your household, you must know, go and make an application for household connection. There is a queue, more than 6,000 people on the queue. They don't have that capacity. Then how are they appointed?
That's true.
That is a condescending question.
That's true. I think it's something that remains to be.
Someone could say we are asking the right questions, and then why are we not giving answers? But then we should ask the difficult question to the relevant people. The people who are appointing the water boards is the minister.
That's true.
But the SLA is signed between the district and the water board that is appointed. The people who must hold them accountable is the district municipality. Why are they not holding them accountable? I think they should play their role.
I think from there you are bubbling my mind, and I think you are the relevant person to answer that for me. Into saying, why is there a delay of why does it seem like there's a delay of eventually holding people accountable? Why is there a smoke screen and mirrors and trying to play about when it comes into holding people accountable, especially with people who with essential needs?
Look, man, the separation of powers is very clear. Whether you are at the local level, a district, provincial, or national, accountability, it's non-negotiable. And people who are holding those positions, it's a political deployment. Why can't the party hold them accountable then? Because you are there to serve the people who voted for this party and then you are given this responsibility. So if failure to execute the functions, why can't the party deal with you?
That's true. Because that's where I was going, actually, to say you are deployed by these parties. The mandate you are given by this party, which holds the majority.
Yes.
Why does it seem as if the party does not want to hold its own people accountable? Because it looks as if now we are serving a master or the master which is supposed to serve us is now protecting inadequacy.
It could be internal politics. It could be factional politics. It could be favoritism because we are human beings before we become members of any political party. And but favoritism is a human nature.
No, wait. This is something that is very, very crucial. You are given a mandate. Yes, I understand that human nature also plays a role. You are given a direct mandate to say, do 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there no a subsequent suggestion to say that if you don't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 would happen?
There is. But if the person who must act upon that does not act, what's going to happen?
Thank you. I wanted you to say that because obviously it means the ANC is not acting.
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, because look, the provision of clean running water have always been in our manifestos since 1994. Since the government of national unity during the era of Tata Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
Up to this date. But there are people who are not getting water today. Who's not holding who accountable?
Now let's talk about. Oh, I love that. It seems as if now we are sort of going back and trying to reattach these things together, because one thing that I've realized is that the ANC never wants to take accountability for its actions. I think we need to be honest with that one. If I say I don't have water, I voted for you to make sure that I do, because I cannot do it myself. So it means I have delegated you to that task and you're not submitting it. Now there's a problem of I think you pass there every day that I don't understand. I can't remember the name, the road that leads from town to Mabana. That road
D210.
Yes, I wanted that word, D210. That road is and I grew up like that. Me and you grew up in that road, and it has always been like that.
I'm passing there every day.
Every day. Now, when you were mayor of this town, wasn't that a problem for you that you could intervene and possibly change? Because it has always been like this. What is the problem?
It has been a problem. Even before I became a mayor, because for you to notice a problem does not mean you have to be in a particular position, right? We are all using that road.
Yes.
Even if you are not living centrally.
But you are using it.
But if you need to go to Mabana, you're going to utilize that road. For entertainment reasons, if you want to go to taverns and pubs, all that or along those sites, you're going to use that road.
Yes.
There are kids who are attending school that site.
Yes.
There are kids who are attending school in Sibitwane Special School.
Yes.
So there are churches there. You have about 3 or 4 churches. Now, this brings us back to the issue of competencies and responsibilities. That road does not belong to local municipality. It's a public works road. It belongs to public works. But now it was after a lot of complaints. Now they've appointed the company called Lelita Letu. It's just that they are not visible this side, but they've started that side of Mudimu. The only problem regarding that is that in their plans, the Provincial Department of Public Works, they have only appointed Lelita Letu to refurbish that road from space. There is a old space when you are turning on your right to Hapuduluchuan up until to Mudimu. So, but there is a provision from the because I'm the member of the project steering committee of that road.
Okay.
So we've made a provision that it should be ventilated at the level of technical committee, that there have to be an extension. Now, extension, you don't just do it when you wake up. It's something that means they need to come and do an assessment. It's going to affect the budget. There will be variation orders. But at least now they are doing something about it because they've started. The project have started. It's a 15 months project, but most of the work, the earthworks, it will be done on that side. This side of ours, they just need to do patching and resealing. Yeah.
Okay. Now, now people these guys want to clean.
Right.
Hey, but right, ma.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. How I stop?
Okay, edit us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, I want us to move from that because there's just a lot of issues of which the leading party is not coming to the table for, and we can spend the whole day discussing them. But your reign as a mayor was one of the most stressful moments in your life. I don't think there was ever a time when you sat in the office and did you inherit the 7 or the audits that the Taung, Greater Taung in Cred? Because it was 7 to 8 years without clean audits. What was happening there?
Yeah, but there was improvement. There was not even there's not even a valid reason as to my removal from the position.
Yes.
It does not emanate from the performance of the municipality.
Where does it come from? Before we even talk about the audits,
It's all rubbish.
But rubbish has to come from somewhere.
No. It's internal squabbles of the ANC.
But the main reasons that they gave, which for me sort of felt it was a desperation act.
What was the reason?
Wait, I'm coming to that. For me, it was a desperation act which emanated from somewhere else. The main reason that we all spoke about was the accidents of which you were having as the mayor.
All right.
I think there were 4 or 3.
I'll answer that.
Yes. So what was going on in there?
Let me give you something that you don't know, any of viewers. Ever since the inception of this term, there's a particular group within the ANC in the region that have never slept well with the fact that I was a mayor.
Who leads this group?
By the time I went to interviews, there were candidates who a week or 2 before, they had question and answers of that interview. I learned, I think 2 days before the interview, it was held in Rustenburg. It was all about you see what you can do, but it's not their responsibility anyway to take us there. But we went there. Me and Gaoraelwe Khabu were the best performed candidates in the district. Khabu never lasted 6 months in the office. He was removed and replaced by somebody who did not come from interviews. And the interview, the initial intention of the interviews is to weigh your in-depth knowledge of government and how it's ran, and whether you are the potential candidate to occupy the position. That's the first. So people have never been happy, ever. So this thing happened later than expected. Even if you see the reporting of Taung Daily News, I've always been a project. I've always been a project, but it does not give me sleepless nights, because I know Taung Daily News, even if it's daily, it's not a newspaper that is produced daily. They're not even registered with the South African Press Council, so they can never adhere to press ethics and ethos. So it's just the same as you creating a group and call yourself a newspaper, and then you write everything wrong. Nobody's monitoring you. Nobody's regulating you. You write what you like. You are the little Steve Biko of our time. You write what you like. So it never bothered me, because I know I've always been a project. Even if you see that trend of reporting, I'll host the biggest tournament ever in the Northwest. I was the first mayor to create that tournament.
Yes.
They'll write nothing about it. They'll pick the negativity out of the whole thing and write about it. No, people are still waiting for their prizes. Why don't you write that we've managed to accomplish this? We've been having awards, your excellence awards for matric. They'll never write about that. They'll write, what if these learners don't get their laptops?
Yes.
That's hogwash. You see? Now, it have always been like that. It have always been a trend. However, now I was just doing my job, because I knew this is a program. These people are rented. They're there to... It's a smear campaign. There's this thing in politics called smear campaign.
Yeah.
Now, when you say the ANC have removed me because of accidents, do you know how many political office bearers have been in accidents? And people are confusing the ministerial handbook with the mayoral handbook. There's no law that stops me for driving a mayoral car.
Yeah.
To make it worse, even my girlfriend, if I'm not married, can drive that car according to the book that I did not write.
But wait, before you go there, the girlfriend, you must not, don't try this at home. Now, I want you to I'm more interested in knowing. We come to the reason. Why did you choose to drive yourself?
What's wrong?
Because you were given. No, I want to understand your decision.
Okay.
Because you are provided a driver.
Okay.
And then you decided to drive yourself.
Yeah, look, being in a position of mayor is not about opulence.
Yes.
Yes, you are a human being. That's number one. Two, there's nothing wrong that stops you from driving yourself, even if you are provided a driver, because you are provided a driver for work-related issues. So are you saying when I'm traveling from my house to a tuck shop, for instance, I should call the driver to come in? You are not living with the drive. And people never ask me why I'm not living in a mayoral house. People are not asking me why for the past 4 years, I never had bodyguards. I only had bodyguards, I think, for 6 months after the attempted murder issue. But I never had bodyguards.
They tried to kill you.
And having bodyguards and staying in a mayoral house, it's there on the upper limits regulation. It must happen. But I chose not to live that life because this life is temporary. Tomorrow you'll be expected to get into a taxi. You're used to be driven. You're used to live in a mayoral house, cleaning, everything, air conditioned. But nothing stays forever in life. If there's only thing that is permanent, it's time. But change is inevitable, whether you are ready or you're not ready for it. Can you go to the reason?
Yes, please.
Let's go to the so the issue of driving myself, it's not illegal.
Yeah.
To drive myself.
It was just a personal choice.
It's like the speaker has a personal assistant, but there are other aspects of her life of which she does not allow the personal assistant to assist her.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But it's a personal assistant. Yeah. So there are limitations. You have your own life to start with. If I'm going to the funeral within Lekali, are you expecting me to call my driver to come and drive? Yes, it is expected, but there's nothing that bears me from driving myself. Nothing. The mayoral handbook, it is a handbook that regulates the use of a vehicle of the mayor. According to that book, by the time it was written, I don't know how old I was. I was not there. I didn't write that book, that guideline. When you are the mayor, first things first, when you get into office, you cannot drive the car that has more than 750 kilos mileage. According to risk assessment, it is endangering your life.
That's true.
Yeah. 2, the usage of that car, your partner can be your girlfriend, your spouse, can drive that car. Your extended family, your uncles, your cousins, as long as you are in the car, they can drive that car. So people don't know that. People are thinking the car is designated to you and the driver alone. So the problem is reading. If you don't read and you want to hold me accountable for something that you don't understand, you can't make it that my problem.
Yeah.
Now people are talking about accidents, right?
Yes.
Because that's what the provincial secretary was the reason that he was giving me when we were called at, I think it's 4 Seasons, as to the reason. Said no, we had a meeting with National, with Secretary General Fikile Mbalula. So due to these reasons, you are asked to be resigned. If I have breached the constitution, the regulation, or the oath of office, you don't have to request me to resign.
It's automatic. Yes.
Yeah. Why are you begging me to resign?
Yes.
Why?
You just show me that you've...
Because there was no reason.
Yes.
But that time I decided not to comment or say anything in that meeting because, look, if you decide to wrestle a pig in the mud, it's going to defeat you. Yeah, because of the advantage and the experience, and that's a habitat of a pig. So what is the point of sitting in a meeting where you are ambushed? It's pre-planned, it's pre-decided. Because logically, what is accident? The word accident.
It's that unforeseen event.
Yeah, it's derived from a Latin word accidento. It means unforeseen circumstances. Yes. So are you saying I've brought the name of the organization by being in a situation where it was unforeseen?
But before that, the allegations went further and to say you are having these accidents because of alcohol.
Yes, it's fine. Those are allegations. They must remain allegations. It is alleged. Now, in each and every accident I've encountered, police came to that accident and they investigated the accident. There's no court of law in South Africa that ever find me guilty of drinking and driving or negligence, reckless negligence. Then why you, as a political organization, act on allegations that have never been tested by the court of law? So you are the court, or you are above the court.
So are you saying I don't want to call it this name, the kangaroo court, which is the community, took a decision to muddy you with those allegations?
It's not really the community. It doesn't start there.
Okay.
The media has the power to destroy you.
That's good.
It was a project whereby Taung Daily News was used because they were reporting all nonsense. That no, the drunk mayor, the what, we even went to court. I even took IST to court, Maje, for that kind of reporting. That sometimes you cannot extend that thing further, because what's the point of suing your hobo? If I sue somebody who does not money, what do you expect to get from that? You are wasting your time, money, and energy, because going to court is a lot of money.
So wait, you left it in the middle, or you just?
I just left it. It was time consuming. It was unnecessary. People will always talk about you. That's why I never respond to other things in Facebook, in social media. I can read them, but some people are sending me screenshots. People are talking about. But what are you going to do? Are you going to sue everybody who's talking about you every day?
But do you have a problem with alcohol?
No.
Okay.
People who are having problems with alcohol are alcoholics.
Yes.
I'm not an alcoholic, but I do drink alcohol. My age allows me. I'm paying for it. I'm not the age where we have to consume alcohol responsibly. Now, there is none of these accidents they are talking about where I was ever charged with drink and driving. None. Not even one. Not even one. None of these accidents where I was charged with reckless and negligent driving.
But then tell me, you say there's a group. Obviously, within that group of people who want to rally behind destroying your image and your name so that they can gather evidence with you, there has to be a leader of that group. We don't just gather without somebody, because first of all, there has to be a reason why we don't want you. There has to be a solid reason that, okay, as this group, okay, that one I understand, we can just manufacture. But who's the leader of the group? Because it placed your life in danger. You were shot.
I am not sure, but what I can tell you without any fear is that by the time when we were called at the provincial office, we were called by the officials. The former provincial chairperson, the regional chairperson, Comrade Sense Maje was there. Comrade Mabogola was there as the secretary then. Currently, he's a coordinator. The Speaker of Greater Taung, Comrade Grace Mipola, was there. The Chief Whip of the ANC in Greater Taung, Comrade Masego Mokua, was there. The spokesperson of the ANC, Comrade Tumelo Maruping, was there. All these minds. But they agreed to such stupid reasons. One, the provincial secretary said one of the first reasons is that I am not attending councils regularly.
Yes, that was part of the reasons.
Yeah, but let me tell you, it's not the ANC who should do it. We should deal with that issue. Firstly, it's a blatant lie. The first person who must deal with a councillor, whether you are the mayor or whatever, as long as you are a councillor before you become any position in the council, if they are not attending council, is the speaker. The speaker is saving in the PC, in the PWC, but these things are ventilated. They are saying I'm not attending council. If I'm not attending council, you must provide proof. There are the registers. Here is the invitation. This guy is not appearing here on the register. It means that he did not attend such and such meetings. And to add to that, each and every council, there's audio recording, there's video recording. Understand? So it must be dealt with within the bounds of government, not political organization, in terms of attending. But it's the speaker who must attend to that. If a council, because that is misconduct. You are breaching a code of conduct of councillors if you're not attending the council meeting. By the way, the law allows a councillor to attend only 3 times. Only 1 time in 3 months. Once a quarter. And that's the law. Other special councils, we can negotiate, we can talk about it, but the law emphasizes appearing in council meeting only once a quarter. So that's the first reason they gave in front of these political minds, so to say, and they agree with it.
Yes.
Secondly, they were saying the second reason was because I've brought the name of the ANC into disrepute by being through accidents. What is disrepute? Disrepute. It means you are contravening the reputation
Of the ANC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of whatever the circumstances at that time, or maybe it could be an institution of the ANC in that argument. But how? By being in an accident. Then why are you calling it an accident?
So maybe it should be.
At least, look, we cannot teach people local government and English grammar. Then stop calling it an accident. Call it something else. Because once you call it an accident, you cannot bring anything or anyone into disrepute by being in an unforeseen event.
So
it's unforeseen.
Are you saying the statement should have been, you have brought the ANC into disrepute by deliberately smashing cars or destroying?
You don't smash them deliberately. You don't wake up and say, I'm going to be involved in an accident with a red test. Stop calling it an accident. That should be the point of entry. Call it something else. Because once you say it's an accident.
But wait. Oh, Sarah, look, I am now gathering there are 3 reasons why, or maybe there's the 4th one or the 5th, I'm not sure, but I'm counting 3. There is that of the cars of the municipality. There's that of having accidents. Like you say, maybe we should not call it accident. Yeah. And then there's this one of saying now you are contravening, you are bringing the institution into dispute by doing number 2. Would you say Fikile Mbalula came down and executed what was already executed? Why did he have to come down so that they can? He was proud of it. He even spoken about it on one of the interviews. Says he went to Taung and removed a drunkard. I think he called you around those names.
Poor Fikile Mbalula did not know what he was saying. The whole Secretary General of the ANC.
Yes.
He went to the media before even I was consulted.
Yes.
That is anti.
Are you saying he did not consult?
That is counter-revolutionary. Yes. It's anti-ANC. No. By the time Fikile Mbalula announced that thing on media, I was not told formally, whether by the chief whip or the regional secretary or the provincial secretary.
But the event that happened in Pampirstad,
No. The other one was what happened in Free State.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one where he came down this side to remove the mayor of Taung. I think he announced it there and then went to the media afterwards.
What I'm saying is that it's a fact. By the time Fikile Mbalula went to the media and uttered those statements, I was never consulted. And there are communication channels in the ANC. So you can imagine if the whole secretary go to the media.
Deals with communications.
The problem is that sometimes we elect people who love populism. And they like to be relevant, or they want to please a particular group of people that this thing is going to happen. They are not, even if you can call Fikile Mbalula and ask him what were the reasons. What are you really saying? People, look, you cannot remove, not only me, you cannot remove anyone politically deployed in a position because he's involved in accidents. You can't. Which law are you applying? If the court of law have found me guilty or have been charged for reckless and negligence, then there is a step-aside rule within the ANC. It could have applied.
But that was the agreement to say they are going to redeploy you. Or was it another strategic move?
I want to show you another something else here around that issue. If I was removed as the mayor because I brought the name of the organization into disrepute, which organization am I representing at what level? I'm the ward councillor of ANC. They should have removed me in all positions. You are bringing the disrepute only when you are the mayor. Is that what you're saying? I'm still representing ANC. When I'm talking in funerals, when I'm calling meetings, I'm the councillor of ANC. You understand? I'm an ex-officio member of the branch executive committee of the ANC. I'm serving in about 4 schools in your QLTC.
Yes.
But they see the face of the ANC. My face was on poles with colors of the ANC. I brought this organization into disrepute, but for you to deal with you is only to remove you as the mayor. By the way, let's say the allegations were true, of which they will never arrive at that point. The only solution is it to remove you on your position?
No.
That's the only. That's the first step, because there should be procedures. It should have been dealt with internally within the ANC. That the disciplinary procedures within the ANC. Why removal is the first choice?
That's true.
What is happening to me? Look, I was never being alleged for stealing money or mismanaging funds of the municipality or maybe interfering with the tender processes. Accident.
Okay, now
the whole SG.
Now wait. Now the SG came down and delivered and was proud of it somehow. Maybe saying that he's fixing the ANC. But you went to court. You went to court about it. tell us about that procedure. How did
The process of the court, if me and my lawyers, we decided not to take the agent application, it will take long. It will take long. If you look at the case of Mogashoa versus Greater Taung, I didn't take, by the way, for the record, I didn't take ANC to court. I took the municipal council.
Okay.
Even if the motion was brought forward by the ANC, that's how desperate they were. First time in the history of the ANC delivered a motion and removed its own mayor. The motion of, you have no confidence in your own person. And you are the ruling party. What were you saying to the opposition? Yeah. We have no confidence in our people. You get it? It's fine. So if that is the issue, it should have been dealt with firstly at the ANC, because if it is the ANC that feels that they've lost confidence in you, why do they have to use government processes?
Oh, yeah.
Understand? So that process in court is going to take time. But I didn't take ANC to court. I took the council because of the processes that it was followed. A lot of administrative loopholes there. So it's still being on the process of being registered. It can take long. Mogashoa against Greater Taung, I think it took about 1 year, 8 months. Mposkwet against Greater Taung took about 1 year, 4 months. If you look at Philip Trollip in Eastern Cape, it took about a year.
Yes.
It's a normal process of the court. You are not the only person. There are people on queue, a lot. So that is the process up to so far.
So it's still ongoing.
Yeah.
Oh, and I thought maybe you left, you abandoned.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, the only one that you left was that one, the one that you felt like,
yeah.
All right.
It's unnecessary, that one.
But then would you still be willing to? I mean, would you still be willing to be reinstated?
No. I wouldn't. Even if it can happen tomorrow, I wouldn't. To start with, you'll be going back to work with people who are not comfortable with you being in that position. So, for the fact that this thing was pre-thought and it was ventilated within cahoots, and then they've decided that this decision must be taken, it clearly shows you that the working environment is no more conducive to you to go back there.
Because this issue started back in 2004, 2000 something. With I think the DA was also funding motions also to be removed.
Up until to the point where the ANC took it upon its shoulders to go for it. Who were they trying to please?
The DA. Okay, I didn't say the DA. Now, lastly, obviously you believe that the ANC did you dirty on that one, but would you say
no? The ANC have funded and influenced the decision of council.
Oh yeah,
that's why I didn't take ANC. Look, the ANC has no power to remove you in council. If they want to remove you in council, they must first remove you as the member of the ANC.
So your membership was not even suspended?
It's valid. It's valid. I'm a member in good standing. And all of us, we are paying the same amount of money when you're paying for membership.
Your whole case is confusing.
It's interests.
Because
it's interest.
Yes, the reason I'm saying that it's confusing is because
it wouldn't make sense to you. Yes,
because man, look, let us talk about things which were proven. You understand? What was proven for you to now be sitting as a former mayor who was removed?
Nothing.
Okay, so why do you think?
Look, it's a public document. Now you can go and request the agenda by the time I was removed as the mayor.
Yes.
According to the rules that governs the decorum of the house, when I table a motion against you being the mayor, it must be attached on the agenda. It must not just appear on the appendix saying removal of the mayor or motion of no confidence against so and so.
It must be
attached. Attached meaning that tabling, what you are going to table must be attached there.
Oh yes.
Understand?
Oh yes.
Yes. So that only never happened. The issues of removal of mayors and stuff. It's an issue of interest, my friend, and political interests. You must understand that almost all 3-year contracts are coming to an end.
Yes.
Not that the mayor is appointing it. but then we need people who we can control in order to achieve. It's for selfish reasons sometimes. Thirdly, when are the elections? The 4th of November. The municipal manager currently is going because of age. There's a possibility that the municipal manager can go before we go to elections. There's a high possibility that whoever is the mayor can foresee the process of appointing the new municipal manager because he's the chairperson of the panel. So interests gather around those things.
Oh yeah.
You're going to regional conferences. Where do you think? Why do you think mayors plays a role within the structures of the ANC as people who must source funds? Why? You are the one who having the relationship with the MM, and you'll be having relationship with. It's a professional relationship, but it's easy for the mayor to request donations because of the position. It's not corruption. When you donate, you are donating. You are not forced. And you are not donating because you got the job, because you got the job first and you did not date. So a lot of things, they are clouding judgment of a layman on the street because they don't know really what's going on
Now,
on the ground.
now with everything that's been said, I love the initiative that you did. It shows that there's an age difference with the mayor. But would you say, okay, I understand that the ANC, now we understand possibly that half of the things that you are accused of were not really proven. Because I think if there was a tangible proof, we would be saying, I mean, come, you're not being honest.
Let alone proven, discussed. I was never even a chance to respond.
No.
I mean, that is a legal principle. If I'm accusing you of something, you must be given a right to respond to those allegations. None.
Wait, there was no consultation, and
No. Consultation did not happen in a case of Fikile Mbalula, the Secretary General. Before you go to media, I should have been told whether I agree or disagree. But I should have been told, because this is the decision that is taken at this level. Because people are abusing. There is a principle in the constitution of the ANC that is called democratic centralism. But the very same principle, there's another principle in the very same constitution that is, say, objective and fair democratic engagement. Why are they not engaging you? Why are they still on this They are abusing it. Democratic centralism means when the higher structure has spoken, there's nothing you can say. In 2026, now I will never betray my revolutionary conscience by just saying, leadership. I mean, why are we not allowing independent thinking? But we are not independent. We are all joined ANC voluntarily. The value of my membership is not different from the value of the membership of Cyril Ramaphosa. The same, we're paying 100 rand for 5 years, including Fikile Mbalula or the provincial secretary, Louis Remel. We are the same. We are all guided and ruled by the same regulations, policy positions, and the constitution. So why should it be different? Why should it be treated different when it comes to you? Look at what happens to Senzo Mewa. Look at the veracity of the allegations. Not Senzo Mewa. Who was the minister of police?
Yes.
Was he expelled? Was he taken out of the position? No, he was given a special leave. But look at the veracity, the weight of the allegations. Compared to an accident. Compared to the allegations that were leveled against Seba Motlabi, the mayor, in corruption of about 200 million. It was not tested, it was not proven, but that allegation alone.
Yes.
But he's still the mayor. Why? I can go far. It's a long, I'm long.
I understand that. I understand. I'm exhausted right now because
It's an issue of favoritism and who you're working with, and this one is not on the camp. But that's just nonsense. That's just tearing ANC apart further. But Rona, some of us, we are comfortable. We knew this thing will happen. It should have happened a long time ago. They've been trying it over and over. Even some of the motions, there've been some secret meetings with these opposition parties to fund these motions. I mean, the motions that came from the opposition parties. Ne? A lot of other politically deployed leaders, they have done worse than this. But they're still...
So the only thing that you had was...
I'm giving you a practical example.
Yes.
You know, I'm not alleging. Senzo, why am I saying Senzo Meyiwa? Nkunu.
Yes.
Minister Nkunu, Comrade Nkunu.
Yes.
What are the allegations?
It's deep. It's deep. There's drugs. There's illegal disbursement. There's money. There's
Involvement.
Yes.
A lot of things. Corruption. At that level. But what happened? He was placed on special leave. Do you know the allegations that were leveled against Cyril Marabutse, the mayor of the first mayor on this in 2021, from 2021, at Kagisano Molop?
yes.
Those are serious allegations. Ne?
What were the allegations?
No, it was due to the appointment, the maladministration. There were things. It was alleged that there were certificates were forged and stuff like that. Can you imagine if the allegation of fraudulent is leveled against you? Not fraud by maybe stealing money, but fraud in the sense of I've hired you and you're not qualifying, you faked your certificates and I knew about it. That was the alleged.
Why are they faking certificates?
That
So
of the,
what? Yes.
if I want you to be the MM by hook or crook, things like this will happen. You see? But it's not up to me. But it's up to the panel.
Yes, the council.
It's not that you be chairing the panel. You are the one who's electing the panel. You see? But at the same time, the regional executive committee of the ANC want to get involved as to who should be appointed in the panel. Why are they putting you at the first place? Why do they want somebody who have a degree who can apply his mind according to the academic knowledge that he possesses? But then they want to influence. Because the problem is that even if we say, no, let's change the look on how the leadership of the ANC should look. Let's take people to people must go to school, and then we want people who are educated to occupy those positions. As time goes by, they will change you and then put somebody who does not have anything.
I was referring to that one. I think it's
People who were the mayor after me, why did they not go to interviews in 2021?
no.
Why? Because you know what were the requirements? After the elections of 2021.
Was it grade 12?
After the election, no, to be the mayor. After the elections of 2021, all of us, ANC had 20, Greater Taung has 24 wards, ANC has 23, except ward 6. Ne? That's 23 councillors, plus 5 PR councillors. Now that will be 23 plus 5, 28, right?
Yeah.
They wanted somebody who has a degree.
Oh, yes.
They want somebody who has 5 years experience of local government in council. Among all of us, Comrade Nga, who's the councillor in Puduma, was the highly educated one, with masters in communications, BA in communications from Northwest University. Ne? But Nga have never been in council or in local government or at least being in the ward committee. None. But he held the highest academic qualifications amongst all of us.
For the required.
Yes. I was the one after Nga was honors in development studies and rural development. Ne? The rest, the people who went there with interviews, I think they had diplomas, your NQF level 6. You see?
Yes.
Just because you understand? So those were the requirements. BA degree and stuff. Now if you change, are we saying those regulations or those requirements, do they not apply? They should still apply. I'm not irreplaceable. People have been going to school again.
Yes.
So they should be there should be interviews. They should, just like they did with us. That it means that process is just futile. It's a futile exercise. They should have not done it anyway.
There's a problem that was ventilated a while back. The cadre deployment without prior certificates or without prior qualifications. Just because me and you were in exile or we had.
It's still there.
So maybe that is the problem. Because I chose not to go to school.
It's not necessarily the problem. Let me tell you what is the problem. Hey, the problem is bigger than you see it, man. It's bigger than what meets the eye. These are political positions. according to legislation, according to the act, for you to become the president of the country, for you to become the premier of the province, for you to become the executive mayor of the district, or for you to become the mayor, you just need to be a registered voter only. Even if you can't write your name, even if you are an illiterate to the point that you can't even read your name, the law allows you. So they must first change the law. They must first amend the act. I don't want us to touch cadre deployment because it's something that is done within the policy, within the ANC. But I'm saying generally in South Africa, for you to be the premier or the mayor, all you need is to be a registered voter.
I am defeated.
You just need to be a registered voter. We don't need academic background. However, we are going to need you to understand the legislation that governs the municipality that you are leading. Up to this day, there are some councillors who does not understand the budget cycle. Tell me a hell in 6 months or 4 months. No, they don't. Because the academic requirement is not something that is stipulated within the legislation. Up until that legislation is changed, there's nothing you can do.
Wow. Amen. For now, I think that's where we leave it for today. I'm going to make him the friend of the show, not because he says he's innocent of all these allegations, but for the fact that he managed to clear them up for all of us. Some of us were thinking he's going around hitting people and hitting trees and falling inside ditches with the municipality cars and having, yes.
Look, people need to understand what the MFMA, Municipal Financial Management Act, it gives a provision for the municipality to have what is this thing? What is to insure the asset? It's a legislative obligation. Why should you pay insurance for a car? What is the reason?
Just to make sure that when you have accidents, they can be reimbursed.
Then accidents are anticipated. They could happen. That's why you insure the car. If you know that your car will never ever be in an accident, there's no need to insure the car. And you are paying insurance. The money that Ice-T was waffling about in his Smolanyana paper, that money is paid by insurance company. We are only paying access, saying that car was fixed with 750,000. That is the money that is paid by insurance, the insurance that we hired according to the legislation. It's not only that car, all municipal cars, the fleet, they're insured. The speaker's car is insured. All those vehicles, they're insured. The cars that are driven by your NECs, your ministers, member of the legislature, whoever is giving provision for a car, they are insured. What's the point of insuring? To ensure that when we encounter this problem, we can address it accordingly.
Yeah, because you are high profile.
But I agree. I would only agree with the ANC if maybe the court of law said no. Gaoraelwe was involved in an accident. The verdict, it was drinking and driving on negligence. Then I would agree.
But why were you having so many accidents, though?
Accidents are not planned.
Yes,
some things are not planned in life.
that's true.
You
caught me there.
Yeah, some things are not. I'm not. I cannot ask you why you having beard. Why are you having more beard than mine? Why are yours bushy? You don't plan it. Sometimes it's genetics, it's DNA. Sometimes the accidents are caused by rose being drivers up. Rose being. Some things you cannot explain it on your own. Yes. And if you are asking me things, you don't have control over how you look, yes, right?
Yes.
I will never have a control over how many accidents I'm going to have.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, the relevancy is that these are two phenomena where we don't have control over. They will happen and they happen, but there's nothing you can do about it. You understand? So those things are unplanned. So it's by the way.
Yeah, I understand. Look, there's a lot of things that have happened in your tenure as a mayor, but I think for you to come and clarify them, it's an honorable thing.
Thank you.
Because there's a lot of things as the residents and as citizens that we do not understand, and we want them cleared out because we sometimes adopt hate from my neighbor. Just because my neighbor is not talking to you, I equally not decide not to talk to you because me and him.
From social media, because most of the things, if not all of them, they were just deliberated on social media platform. No one is calling no one to order in social media.
Okay, now lastly, the last car accident, people said they found you in a
river.
A river.
Yeah.
How did you end up in the river?
I fell inside the river.
Okay.
I was driving away from the stray animals.
Oh.
There are no bylaws in rural areas. People leave their animals everywhere. Who should control donkeys and on all these animals? Who should? And then if you are driving at the speed of 80 or 100 and then that animal gets in your, you will do, you are in the heat of a moment. You will do whatever your reflexes tells you to do then. But that case is investigated and I'm still waiting for subs to give me the report.
Okay.
So I fell inside, I removed myself, I went to the hospital, I went to see the doctor, and then I went to the police station. The car was right off.
Okay. All right, people, that's where we leave it for.
And that's an accident.
Nothing but you came out the following day and said you presented the car as being okay, as was never in a ditch.
No, those are two different things. The car that I showed people on social media, it was the car where, who's this guy? Bakang.
But yes.
Bakang also had a problem with me and we are relatives. But we don't have to be friends. We didn't choose to relate with whoever. Yes. Yeah, so there are people who will just have problems with you because some people, you are something that they will never be. Ooh. We achieved a lot of things that people will never ever achieve in their lifetime. You see, never, ever.
Slow down.
So
you're saying that was because of that?
No, I don't know what is the hate coming from. Maybe we've once shared a girl. I don't know. I would never, because I have no idea. If we have maybe ever had a quarrel, maybe in your social gathering, I would know, but I don't know. So Bagang was saying, I'm going to finish all the fleet of the municipality.
Yeah.
That car went inside a drift. That was during the bikers retreat. We were donating food parcels to the needy in Mukasa 2. From there, we went there where there will be activities from this Taung bikers retreat. So from there, when I was driving home, there was it's not even a canal, man. It's small. It's just like a road. So the car went inside because I was turning to my way home. I was turning towards left. So that wheel went inside. So I couldn't go forward. I couldn't go backwards. So I had to go and call the people to come and remove the car. It could have happened to anyone.
Yeah, maybe you guys shared a
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Huh?
Yeah, maybe you guys shared a girlfriend. I don't know. Yeah.
Being it as it may be, even if it was the case, so what's the point? What does that have to do with my work?
Wow.
I mean, we are bound to share girlfriends. Taung is very small. If we are having girlfriends, and if you are on the same age group, and we have the same taste, it's going to happen.
Okay, sharp. So now the ANC is still you are still the councillor, and everything else will happen. Would you still be willing to take another position within the ANC? That is maybe because obviously the good work that you're doing, people will realize it, and then they would want you to be play a certain executive role within the ANC.
There's nothing wrong. Remember, the ANC is the one that deploys us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You will go where the ANC wants you to go.
The ANC removed me from the position of the mayor, and they wanted me to remain as the councillor. So if I was bitter, why didn't I resign as the councillor?
That's true. Okay.
Because we've been surviving without any income. So it does not mean that it will be the end of life. You understand?
Okay. Hey man, look, that's where we leave it for today. Thank you very much for joining in, and thank you for honoring this one. It's going to be I think this is going to be a series somehow. We are going to have a lot of questions, a lot of this. If he feels he needs to clarify them, he would also be invited to that, because
there will be additional allegations.
Yes. Some of them maybe they will come after this, and maybe then we will address them. He calls names. He's not afraid. He's not afraid. But anyway, that's where we leave it for today. And thank you very much for subscribing and liking and sharing this podcast. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. Sure.